The Olympic champion. He's not yet world champion at 1500 metres. Lost, remember, to Jake Whiteman and Josh Kerr in the last couple of world championships, but supremely confident. He is the European record holder with 3:27.14. He's the fastest in Europe this year with 3:29, the only European under 3:30 in 2024, and the Norwegians, of course, here in good numbers and proudly waving their banner. Fjellström goes there for Sweden. He's a 3:34 performer. This likely to be a slowish race again. No non-automatic qualifiers. First 6 go through by right, so the same status for these fellas and a much fairer system. First 6 go through by right as in the first heat. Well, what will Ingebrigtsen do here? Because he's not a naturally fast runner. He's jogged off over the first few meters, goodness me, way behind the rest, Ingebrigtsen. He's 7 or 8 meters down after 100. What is he playing at? This is utterly bizarre. And if they push it hard from the front, well, he's going to struggle to get back on terms with them, certainly for the next couple of laps. Why give yourself that much work to do after 200 meters? It's very strange indeed. The athlete at the front, Baltus, is the Dutch competitor. For the Netherlands, a 3:34 performer. Now Ingebrigtsen just easing through. There's something of the sort of Mo Farah about this. He always used to hang around towards the back of the big races and then ease his way through in the last couple of laps. But Ingebrigtsen watching everything that's going on, not wanting to get too involved. And I think probably wanting to economise. He has got that 5,000 final in his legs. Alex, I suppose, even though it was a few days ago. But Baltus leading here from Elma of Switzerland. And this is not quick, but perhaps a little bit quicker than the first race.
Well, yes, I mean, he does have that in his legs, but he's used to doubling up in this exact way at the last 2 European Championships and winning gold across both events. So I don't see it being a huge factor. When you consider also that he didn't have to run a preliminary round, and yes, if he wasn't feeling like doubling up, the fact that it was a straight final might have helped him in that sense. And trying to make a move through on the inside there. It's again a bit of a squabble in the middle. We've seen a couple of falls, particularly in that steeplechase heat where there was 3 fallers, I think it was. It all made very dicey, very nervous viewing.
So they enter this penultimate lap with Ingebrigtsen right towards the back, boxed on the inside. He's got plenty of time, 2:01 at 800 meters. Remember the last 800 in the first heat, semi-finals in effect, just 2 races before the final, was about 1:49. Ingebrigtsen, you would think, would want to start easing round towards a more sensible position, but perhaps he's happy enough. Fogg of Great Britain on the shoulder of Baltus. He's running good tactical race at the moment, and Adam Fogg, although he didn't have a great run in Oslo last week, was disappointed with that. Koskoren now moving through, Andy Koskoren towards the bell. This is smart running from the Irishman. Baltus there in second. Fogg losing his position at the moment badly as they go through the bell. He's back in about 9th place, and it looks like there's a fall there, and there is. And 4 men have gone down. Oh, that's disastrous. That is disastrous. And the Swede, I think, is really suffering there. It looks like he's hurting. It's Fjellström who's on the ground. The rest of them, though, easing through. And Fogg back in about 9th place now, just doesn't look to have the legs. It's the first 6, remember, who go through by right. Ingebrigtsen moving up towards the top 6, easing past the pole now. Viterka into 5th place, round the outside into 4th. Very impressive last 300 this for Ingebrigtsen. He had it under control all the time, didn't he? Riva, the Italian, down the home straight in front. Ingebrigtsen down the outside, and Fogg run right out of this one. Bit of a disaster this for the Briton, as Riva is just passed by Ingebrigtsen there as they cross the line. 3:37, much quicker than the first race, but what a shame, what an untidy, messy race. And there will, of course, be reviews galore of that big instant just after the bell where 4 men went down. Fjellström suffering the most of all of them, looked like he'd hurt himself. Hope it's not serious. Riva goes through to the 1500 final. But that is championship middle distance qualifying in that very race there. Typical. Violent pushing, shoving. Don't like to see anybody go down. Watch this again. Now, what causes it? Bang! It's the German who goes down. And then the Portuguese, and rolling around on the inside, the Belgian as well. That's a Vermeulen. Oh dear.
Well, Baltus, I think it was, in the Dutch vest there, the orange, put his hand on the back of Habs to try and get some space, but he was going down at the time, just couldn't stop himself from falling to the ground. The race did open up, of course, but not in the circumstances he would have hoped it would do. Ingebrigtsen kind of switched himself on there, as you said, with 300 to go, and made it so easy.
He looked good, didn't he? Very powerful, very fresh. Glances across there at Riva, smiling at Ingebrigtsen. The rest of them qualifying quite comfortably. Riva going through for Italy, and Meslek as well, the two Italians getting through without any trouble from that one. Looks like Koskoren there as well, but there's 3, 6, 7 men in shot, and the man missing out, well, it's the Spaniard in this one. Now, it was Fontes who went out in 7th place. The first 6 go through bar right. Ingebrigtsen, Riva, Habs, Meslek, Koskoren, and Nada. And 2 Italians